Hi there! We are now down to the last chapter of our research proposal, the Chapter 3. Chapter 3 of the research project or the research methodology is another significant part of the research paper writing. This explains the different methods to be used such as research plan, including the methods, procedures, data collection techniques, and analysis plan. And of course, you justify your choices. In other words, the research methodology answers the how questions, since it provides the work plan and describes the activities necessary for the completion of the project. Researchers give details of how the research activity is going to be carried out. Here's a breakdown of what to include in Chapter 3. Number 1. The introduction and context. You briefly revisit the research problem or question from Chapter 1 to provide context for the methodology. Then you have to explain how the methodology builds up the literature review and theoretical framework presented in Chapter 1 and 2. Number 2. The research design. Here you clearly state whether your study is qualitative, quantitative, or mixed methods. Then you explain why you choose this specific research design and how it aligns with your research questions and objectives. Example: if using a quantitative approach, specify whether it's experimental, correlational, or descriptive. Number 3. The participants or sample. You clearly describe the target population for your study. Then, you explain how you will select your sample, such as random, purposive, or convenience, and justify your choice. This is called the sampling method. And you must provide a rationale for the number of participants you plan to include and explain why it's sufficient to address your research question. This is the sample size. So, number 4, data collection methods. Here you describe the tools you will use to collect data, such as questionnaires, interviews, or observations, and these are called instruments. You also explain why these instruments are appropriate for your research and how they will help you answer your research questions. Then, you must outline the steps you will take to collect data, including data collection settings, timelines, and any pilot testing or training procedures. Number 5. The data analysis plan. Quantitative analysis. If using quantitative methods, specify the statistical techniques you will employ, such as t-test, ANOVA, or regression, and how they will be used to analyze the data. And if it is qualitative analysis, describe the data analysis approach you will use, such as thematic analysis, content analysis, and how you will ensure the rigor and validity of your findings. Then, you must mention any software you will use for data analysis. Number 6. The ethical consideration. Here you explain how you will obtain your informed consent from participants. Then you describe how you will protect the privacy of participants. This will protect the confidentiality and anonymity. Then discuss any potential risk or benefits of participating in the study and how you will mitigate any risk. Number 7. Limitations. Potential limitations. Acknowledge any potential limitation of your study and explain how you will address them. Then explain why these limitations are important and how they might affect the findings of your study. Now, let's have tips for writing Chapter 3. Number 1. Be clear and concise. Use precise language and avoid jargon. Number 2. Be thorough. Provide enough details so that your readers can understand how you will conduct your research. Number 3. Be logical. Organize your chapter in a clear and logical way. Number 4. Be objective. Present your methodology in a neutral and unbiased way. And last but not the least, cite your sources. Properly cite all sources that you use in your chapter. Now, the final outline for Chapter 3. First is the introduction or the brief recap of research questions. Second is the research design, if it is qualitative or quantitative or mixed. Third is the population and sampling, who, what studied, and how. Then, the data collection or the tools or the procedures. Then we have the data analysis, if it is statistical or thematic methods, then the validity and reliability or the trustworthiness of results, and last, the ethical considerations or IRB approval or consent. So, thank you for watching. Enjoy writing your research proposals. Bye!
Oh, shucks.
Ada mo ka mo picture.
Garden sila. Iyo kayo sila to. Ano dito na, boy?
Ano dito?
Tara, oh. sila eh.
May light?
Kamay na lang yung battery. Kagano sa ngayon.
Ty oči takie masz. No co, wyjedę? Bo to se zajdzie po prostu za mną.
Turkey boy. Yeah. Sorry.
근데 어르신 그래서 가능하다고 말이야.
Kita po dito, picture ta.
Gila ka. Ay, pagkapalabigangan.
Say, muna yung ganan check ko.
Bangsi. Dito ka, ang sila tanaw. Long nose iyang. Oh, bangsi na siya.
Gibuta nga na nagmagnify.
Saan sila ganun pa? Lalong, oh.
잘했어 가래.
Duol ba mo dali, oy? Murag dito sila gaduol bido nga side. Baliktad be dito pikas. Ya. Kita na dre. Ano din dre? So beautiful. I'm coming.